This is Carita Parks with Bowie TV at the Under Armour Performance Center. This is your Week 2 Ravens rundown as Baltimore prepares for their home opener on Sunday against the Las Vegas Raiders. The vibe this week has been basically putting the game against the Chiefs behind them and looking forward to the opportunity to play in front of their fans where they know they'll feed off of that energy. Ravens also know that they didn't play the cleanest game in week 1, and that's really what they want to focus on in week 2. We talked to offensive coordinator Todd Monken, and here's what he said to me about what he thinks they can build upon in the game against the Raiders. Todd, you said there's a lot to build on. What are some of the things that you saw that make you hopeful going into week 2?
Just being cleaner. That's probably as much as anything. What makes it hard to stack plays, penalties, missed assignments. Calls got to be better. I got to do it better during the week because the points didn't match the yards. You need to have a match. It's about points, not about yards.
Lamar Jackson had at least 16 carries last week, and when he was asked whether that is sustainable, he said he doesn't want to find out because they have guys like Derrick Henry and Justice Hill in the backfield. This week, I think it's imperative for that offensive line to hold up, open up those holes, and get Derrick Henry a little bit more involved in this game so that it doesn't have to fall on Lamar Jackson. We did have a chance to talk to offensive line coach George Warhop, and I asked him, what is his coaching philosophy? Here's what he told me. George, in a similar vein, we're just getting to know you. How would you describe your coaching philosophy?
Intent, aggressive, and we want to be dominant. And so when we're at practice, we want to practice in that manner. We're an individual. We want to go about it in that manner. And when we play football, we want to play football in that manner.
That offensive line is definitely going to have to be aggressive against the Las Vegas Raiders, whose defense is highlighted by Max Crosby. Someone who was brought in to play a pivotal role on that offensive line is Roger Rosengarten. He was drafted 2nd overall, and even though the Ravens are still using a rotation on the offensive line, Roger, he did play in his first regular season game against the Chiefs, and the first snap, Chris Jones blew by him and got a hand on Lamar Jackson. But he did learn from that, and I asked him, what is the difference from preseason to regular season? And he kind of alluded to it was prime time, a packed out Kansas City Stadium. So hopefully some of those jitters will be down this week, and he's just trying to move forward and focus on getting better. Was there an adjustment when you were playing in the regular season game, and what was that?
Yeah, I think the obvious one was the packed out Arrowhead Stadium, and you get the sold out crowd in Arrowhead on a primetime Thursday game. So you got to go change up a different thing schematically and whatnot. But like I said, no matter how the circumstances are, you still got to play to your standards. So
last but not least, this defense, it has a challenge with Devontae Adams on the Raiders offense, especially for that secondary. Kyle Hamilton this week, he said that he didn't feel like he played that well in the Chiefs game, so I'm sure he's going to be motivated to play better this week with Adams out there on the field and just overall for himself. Zach Orr, he also talked to us just how it was for him calling his first game as defensive coordinator and some of the miscommunications that were on the field. And, this week he knows there's room for improvement there too, and is just looking forward to getting better.
We look forward to the challenge of responding and doing things to our standard, but it was okay. But, here in Baltimore, okay is not good enough. So, it's a learning experience for myself and for everybody. And we look forward to getting out there Sunday, righting our wrong.
The overall sentiment is that the Ravens need to just keep it simple and play their game. And if they can do that, then they will get the win over the Raiders. There were some missteps in week 1, but the Ravens still are a good team. Here's what Rashad Bateman told me about what they need to focus on.
I feel like we just, don't overthink it. Trust our players, trust the plan that we got and go out in the cell at that. But, when we do that, we play fast and we win games. But we're second guessing ourselves, not knowing what to do in certain situations. You know, it bite us in the ass sometimes.
This is Carita Parks with Bowie TV. Be sure to follow us at Bowie TV Sports for all your Ravens content.
Things. We have just really one thing. Nate was in a car accident a couple days ago. They were kind of working through it. Looks like he's not going to be able to make it to the game, so he'll be out for this game with that. What questions? He's fine. He's healthy. He's fine. But he's just not going to be able to play. What questions you have?
Coach, the Chiefs were sort of determined to the double coverage Andrews, which I think, do you think that created opportunities for Isaiah Likely? And the teams have sort of shift their focus now for his breakout game?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you hope, that you've got different guys in different spots that draw attention in different ways, you know, and hopefully your route combinations and running the ball and throwing the ball and all different things you do put people in conflict defensively, you know, where do you move your coverage, or who do you cover, or who do you put on who, and if we can create those kind of problems throughout the season, that'd be a big plus for us.
John, with the Raiders playing the Chargers in Week 1, his brother is the head coach. Do you have any correspondence with him on how to play them in Week 2?
Yeah, you know, we always talk, but it's amazing. It's probably overrated, you know. Everybody has, I think, similar information, you know. And really what it boils down to is how you approach it, how you want to game plan it, that kind of stuff. So we can see on tape what they did when you kind of try to build your plan yourself. So I don't think there's too many secrets out there.
John, with Nate, I know you said he's okay. Is this a more of a week-to-week situation that your guys are just going to continue to monitor with him?
I don't know. It's a car accident. You know, we'll have to. It's funny. Like I've heard it said. Like sometimes, like you guys will ask a question, and I'll go like, you know why? Because I have no idea what the answer is. I have absolutely no idea what the answer is. And I say, well, what am I going to say? Because I don't really know what. I mean, it's a car accident. It doesn't seem real serious. Beyond that, what do I know? I don't know anything. Coaching the team, trying to get ready to play. That's really what it is. The doctors don't even know. If I'll be honest, the doctors don't know. And they're the doctors. And I can say I'm not a doctor, right? But they don't know half the time, you know? That's proven true. You guys have been to the hospital and stuff, you know? They try to figure stuff out as best they can. So, we'll see.
How does this change your secondary rotation, considering I know
It'll change it, you know, yeah, we'll get certain guys in there that'll go in there and play very well. Okay, all right. Huh? Obviously, we don't have any great questions right now today, so that's fine.
Give him a shot.
Oh, good. He did what? Oh, insulted your question? Everybody's got to bring it every day, man. You got to bring your game every day. It's a competitive world out there.
We saw Kyle back on Parks. Any sense for
Yeah, he's out there practicing. You know, we'll just have to see how he responds, see how he feels tomorrow, and see if we can go.
All right, John.
All right.
John, before the game, honoring Joe D and Jacoby, how emotional do you think that's going to be for just you and the rest of the team?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a challenge. You know, I mean, it's a great. I'm just glad we're doing it. You know, I think it's awesome. The Ravens over the years, you know, led by Steve and all the great people here, have always been great about those kind of things. You know, and even the stuff they put out with the videos and the tributes and things like that, just honoring people that played here, coached here, all those kind of things. It's pretty awesome, and I'm happy they're doing it, proud that they're doing it, and it'll be a strong moment for families and for friends and for all of us. And then we got to go play a game, so that'll be what we got to focus on and try to honor them by the way we play. Okay.
How are you feeling, and how good did it feel to get back on the field today?
Felt really good. Feeling good, feeling optimistic. Still have 2 days, obviously, and just trying to do everything I can. And you know, we're looking to just go 1-0 this week against the Raiders. They're a good team. They've had success traveling east. Most West Coast teams, I don't think, have as much as success as the Raiders have, and they've done a good job with Antonio Pierce leading the help.
With a fractured orbital bone, I mean, that's a painful injury.
Yeah,
I would have to imagine. Yeah.
Very serious.
Did you expect to be back this soon?
You know, I'm just grateful for the specialists that I have and the doctors that have treated me, and you know, very appreciative of the everybody that's been involved in this, and just taking it one day at a time. You know, like I said, 48 hours is still a long ways away, and you know, we'll see.
Is that an injury? Is there a challenge to it from an equipment standpoint? Trying to does the helmet, a visor, like anything that need to be modified just to protect you when you do play?
Yeah, if I play, you know, I'll talk to the equipment and the doctors to make sure I have the proper gear. Definitely wear a visor, that's for sure. But do everything necessary to be ready if I play.
Is that an injury where there is much they can do to treat it, or
say that one more time?
I said, is it an injury where they can do much to treat it, or do you more just have to rest it? Or
I mean, it's, when you have a bone break, it's kind of time, right?
Yeah.
That's just with any bone, whether it's a finger, foot, anything like that. I mean, you can obviously have surgery, and you know, just time is probably going to be the best.
Do you feel that it's a matter of being cleared by the doctors more than feeling good enough to play right now, or what's been the status?
You know, I think I'm just going to do what's best for me, and the doctors are going to do what's best for me as well. So I think it's going to be a tag team effort. And honestly, I've just been grateful for the specialists that I've talked with. Everybody's been awesome in that regard, and I've gotten awesome responses from them, being able to communicate with them, being able to meet with some of the best specialists for a long period of time to get all the questions that I had asked and answered. It's been awesome.
the union made a supportive comment yesterday. You know, the league had their response to that. Do you have anything more to say about how things were handled in Kansas City?
Yeah, of course I have more to say, but I'm not gonna get into that just because I'm honestly all focused on the Raiders now. Like, I obviously have a lot to say about it, but at the same time, there's no point to continue to go back and forth. You know, you're right or I'm right. However, I'm just focused on the Raiders. Excited to potentially play. Excited to be back out there with my teammates today. I thought today was a great practice, and just looking forward to the next 48 hours.
Did you have any further interactions with Kansas City? Was there any communication regarding that front?
Nope. Last question. Anybody have one more? Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Let's go.
Run the ball.
Yeah, run the ball, getting the ball, protecting LJ, you know, scoring touchdowns, making the crowd go crazy.
Back for the home debut now. How excited are you to be back in front of the home fans?
Super excited. Super excited. Super excited. You know, just be able to go out there and play again in front of the home team. You know, we got the best crowd, we got the best fans in the nation, so just being back in front of them and being able to play is just going to give us a new energy.
What do you see from this offense after week one? What are some of the takeaways for you guys?
Like, good takeaways?
Yeah.
Good takeaway. You know, we had 453 yards, and we had 100 yards in penalties. So once we get that down and use those penalties as forward progress, we're gonna have 500, 600 yards of offense. So I feel like that's the positive.
For
we
you,
got a lot more left.
Yeah, I know you were talking about how much more comfortable you feel in year two. Did that translate to the field in KC? Did you feel a difference from year one to year two?
Oh, absolutely. Like, I was way more calm. I just went out and played football and just played my game. So I wasn't really, like, last year I was in my head just moving fast.
And this year I was more calm and knew what I was doing a lot more.
Is there any inspiration seeing Devontae Adams, on the other side?
Oh, he the GOAT. He the GOAT. Yeah, for sure. I've been watching him since. I tried to steal some of his moves, but I'm not as tall and I'm not, you know what I mean? But I just use it in my own way. So I used to watch him a lot, try to translate some of his moves to my game. I thought he was the best receiver in the league for like the last 5-6 years because nobody can match his movement, nobody can match what he do.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.